Hello friends, welcome back once again to my video tutorial. This is Lipsa again with you. Today I am come back with another new video for you in AWS. So please watch this video till the end, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel. So our today's topic is how to upload file to S3 bucket using presigned URL. So you might think, what is that presigned URL, isn't it? Before going to that, let's first discuss what is the problem in our traditional way of uploading file to S3 bucket. So if you remember, in one of my video of AWS series, I have already described how we can upload a file to S3 bucket and download file from S3 bucket in Java. Okay. So in your traditional way of uploading file to S3 bucket, when the user wants to upload a file to S3, the file should be first uploaded to the server, and from the server it will be uploaded to Amazon S3. Similarly, when the user requests for a file to download, it will be downloaded to the server first, then will be sent to the user. So in this case of uploading and downloading, the file will be uploaded twice and downloaded also twice. Hence, this will be a wastage of server resources, and time taken to do this process also will be double, isn't it? So to solve this problem, presigned URL comes to picture. So what is that presigned URL? Presigned URLs are the URLs that have limited permissions and certain expiry time as well. Any client can use that URL to put their file directly to S3 without the need to worry about the AWS access key and secret key. If you don't have the access key and secret key with you, you can also upload a file to S3 and download a file from S3 bucket. Okay. So for this, first we will create a REST API. Okay. So what happens? So the frontend will call that REST API, and in the return of that REST API, we will return a presigned URL. Then the client will use that presigned URL, okay, to upload the file to S3 bucket. Clear? We don't need to upload a file to server, then from the server it will be go to the S3 bucket. No, we will request the server to get a presigned URL. Then that will return to the client. Then the client will use that presigned URL to upload a file to S3 bucket. Okay. So for this, let me show you one image. So see this image. So this is your client. Okay. So first step is client will send some data. Okay. Data to the server to get the presigned URL. Then the server will generate that presigned URL and return it to the client with status code 200. Okay. Clear? Then again, by using this presigned URL, client will send the file to upload to S3 bucket. Okay. So we don't need to send that file to server. Again, from the server it will go to the S3 bucket and the file will be uploaded. Okay. This is not the case. First we will request to the server to get a presigned URL. Then server will send that presigned URL to the client. Then client will use that presigned URL to send the file to S3 bucket, which is going to be uploaded in S3 bucket. Okay, once the file is uploaded successfully in the S3 bucket, then the client will receive a status code with success. Clear this image? Okay, so for this we need to create a S3 bucket first. Then we'll write some Java code to get that presigned URL from the server. Clear? So to create a S3 bucket, first we need to go to our Amazon AWS console. So let me go to my AWS management console. I am already logged into my AWS management console. You can see here. Then you can search for S3 services. So let me search here. Here you can go to the S3 console. In this S3 console, we will create a bucket. So let me quickly create a bucket. So here I'll provide my bucket name like app.easy2excel.file upload. Okay. So this is my bucket name and this is the region. Okay. I have chosen the region Asia Pacific, Mumbai. You can choose the region according to your specific region. Okay. So then I will block all the public access. Okay. The content of this bucket will be private. Okay. So I'll block all the public access. Then I'll click here to create a bucket. Clear? So my app.eg2excel file upload bucket is created successfully. Now let me go inside this bucket and click here in the permission. Here you can see the bucket and objects not public. Okay, we block all the public access. Then I'll do one thing. I'll add the cross origin resource sharing. Okay, CORS policy here. So to add the CORS policy, you need to edit this one. So let me click here edit. I'll add the CORS policy here. So let me just add it quickly. Okay, so this is the JSON format. Allow header, so it will allow all the headers. Then allow method, put, post or delete. I have given here put, post, delete. You can also add the get as well. Okay, whatever allow methods you want, you can put over here. Then allowed origins, you will accept the request from all origins. So I have given star here. If you want to allow origin from a specific origin, then you can provide the origin name. Clear? Then expose headers, I have not given anything. Then max wait second is 3. Clear? So let me save these changes. Okay, my CORS policy is updated successfully. Now my S3 bucket is ready with the CORS policy. Clear? So now what? So now we will go to our IntelliJ IDE or any of ID of your choice. Then you can write a program to get that presigned URL and we will use that presigned URL to upload a file to S3 bucket. So okay. So without any delay, let me go to my IntelliJ IDEA. So this is my IntelliJ IDEA. I have already created this project to save the time. S3 file upload using presigned URL. So first of all, let me expand this project and go to the pom.xml to check what is the necessary dependency required for this project. So this is a Maven project. So let me go to the pom.xml. So here I have created a Spring Boot project. Okay, so this is a Spring Boot project. If you see, I have used the Spring Boot starter web, and here this is the dependency I have used. com.amazon AWS Java SDK S3. Clear? So we are going to deal with the S3 bucket. So that's why I have added this S3 dependency. Okay, that's it in my pom.xml. So we just need to add this S3 dependency in our pom.xml. And of course, as it is a Spring Boot project, then Spring Boot starter web is there. Clear so far? So let me close this pom.xml. Then to communicate with the AWS S3 bucket, we need to configure the Amazon S3 client, isn't it? So for this, I have created a config class. So this is my AWS S3 config class. So let me go to this AWS S3 config class. So here in AWS S3 config, you can see I have added this annotation as @configuration as it is a config class. Okay. Then I have put the access key, secret key and the S3 region. I have kept it all these things, access key, secret key and region in my properties file. Okay. If I go to my resources folder, then application.properties, here you can see my server port is 9090. Then this is the AWS credential I have used. Amazon AWS access key, Amazon AWS secret key, then the region and the bucket name which we have created now. app.eg2excel file upload. So this is my bucket name. So I have put everything in the properties file. So you can replace these things with your access key, secret key and region. So I hope you know how to create a IAM user and to get this access key and secret key. Okay. So I am not going to that things in detail. So let me close this on application.properties file. Let me go back again to AWS S3 config class. So here, if you can see, I have used this @value annotation to get the properties file value. Okay. So this is used, right? @value annotation is used to get the value from a properties file. Clear? Then here I have created the Amazon S3 client object. Okay. So how we can create? Here I have used the basic AWS credential and provided this access key and secret access key. Then by using this Amazon S3 client builder.standard, then I have provided these credentials. Then with region I build this Amazon S3 client so that I can communicate with my S3 bucket. Clear? So this is nothing but the simple configuration for the Amazon S3 client. I hope you understand this one. You might have seen these things many times when dealing with the Amazon S3. Clear this config class? Then what else? Then we need to write a logic to generate presigned URL. So for this, I have created this file upload service. Check this one. This is my file upload service. So in this file upload service, in this file upload service, I annotated this class as @service and I inject this Amazon S3 client because I am going to generate the presigned URL by using this Amazon S3 client. So I inject this Amazon S3 client in my service class by using @AutoAdd. Clear? Then I have created this method generate presigned URL which accept file path. So file path nothing but is your object key of that file which is going to upload it in S3 bucket. Okay. So when you upload a file to your S3 bucket, that might contain a name or object key, right? So this is nothing but your file path, then bucket name, then your HTTP method. So how we can generate that presigned URL? So first, if you mark here, I have created a calendar instance and I have set time as current time. Then I have given the validity for this presigned URL, that is 10 minutes. Okay, here if you can see, this is 10 minutes. So what does that mean? This presigned URL will be valid for 10 minutes only. Within 10 minutes, you can upload the file by using this presigned URL. After 10 minutes, it will be expired. As I mentioned in the beginning, that this presigned URL is valid for some time. Okay, so here I have given 10 minutes. Clear? Then by using this Amazon S3.generate presigned URL method, we will get a presigned URL. So this is the bucket name, file path, then calendar get time, then HTTP method we have provided. Okay, HTTP method, then toString method. So it will generate a string URL. Clear so far? This file upload service, it is simply we have provided some validity for that presigned URL and we generate this presigned URL by using this Amazon S3 client by providing the file path, bucket name and the time and the HTTP method. So which HTTP method is gonna use to upload that file. Clear? Okay. Now what else? Now just go back to the image. So client will request to the server to generate a presigned URL with some data. Okay. Then server will send a presigned URL to the client. Then by using this presigned URL and providing the file, which file the client wants to upload, the client can upload the file to S3 bucket. And once the file is uploaded successfully in the S3 bucket, we will get a success response. Okay. Now the client will request to this server to generate a presigned URL by using a REST endpoint, of course. Okay. So for this, I need to create a REST endpoint inside my controller. So for this, I have created this file upload controller. So in this file upload controller, if you see, so I have created this REST endpoint, which is a get mapping generate presigned URL. So client will hit this generate presigned URL to get that presigned URL. Okay. So here I have injected this file upload service class by using AutoAdd, and here also by using this @value annotation, I have inject the bucket name from my properties file. Okay. So then what else? Then I have provided in the request param extension. So what is this extension? So whatever extension, let's say you want to upload a JPG file, or if you want to upload a text file or a JSON file. So accordingly the file will be saved with this name in your S3 bucket. Okay. So here AWS S3 service dot generate presigned URL. So by calling this method, we will generate a presigned URL. So this is the UID random number that will generate a random number with the extension. Which extension you have provided at the time of hitting this generate presigned URL. Clear? So we'll see through Postman. I'll show you how we can test this endpoint. So this will generate a random number with this extension, and we have provided this bucket name. In this bucket, our file will be saved, and the method to upload a file by using presigned URL is put method. So here we have provided the HTTP method dot put. Clear? Clear this endpoint? Okay. So the client will hit this endpoint and get a presigned URL from the server. Okay. And by using this presigned URL, the client will upload the file to S3 bucket. Clear? This is the concept. So now let me run this application. Okay, so our application started on port 9090. So let me go to my Postman. So provide here http://localhost 9090/generate presigned URL. This is our endpoint, right? Generate presigned URL. So go there, generate presigned URL. It will accept a request parameter, that is extension. So you can provide the extension here in the key. I am providing the extension. And the value, let's say this time I want to upload a JPG file. So I'll choose JPG. Clear? Now I'll hit this endpoint. So this is a get endpoint. So I'll send it. Let's see what happens. See. So it will generate a presigned URL. This is your presigned URL. If you mark here, this is the random number with the extension .jpg. So with this name, your file will be uploaded to your S3 bucket. So let me use this endpoint. Now the client will use this endpoint to upload the file, which is valid till 10 minutes only. Okay. So let me copy this one. So this is the presigned URL. Client will use this one. Then the method would be put. We have provided the HTTP method put, right? Now we'll choose the file. So body, I can select the file now. Select file. So let me click here to find a JPG image. Let's select this one. Open. Then hit send. Now the file is uploaded successfully. We'll get the response as 200. In the response, you can return a message like upload file is successful or something like this. Okay. So I just wanted to show you a demo how we can upload a file by using presigned URL. So that's it. We'll get the 200. Okay. That means our file is uploaded successfully to our S3 bucket. So now let me go to that S3 bucket app.easy2excel file upload. If I hit on the objects, then I can see one file is uploaded successfully. See, with this name the file is uploaded successfully. Clear? So if you want to upload another file by using another extension, also you can do this. Clear so far? So I hope you understand this video how we can upload a file by using presigned URL. So I hope you like this video. I'll share all the source code in the description box. You can download it and try it by yourself. See you in my next video. Till then, thanks for watching. Thank you.